I watched Digimon Adventures all the way back in 2007. The deck profile is coming really soon. Just stick with me for a little bit more. This is important. And like for most people, and even now, Wargreymon is still my favorite Digimon. So when I found out he had his own TCG starter deck, boy, I had to grab one immediately. Oh, wow. Wargreymon. There was just one itsy tiny big problem.
And your other Digimon?
Oh,
He has a 9K.
what? This deck sucks, man. I actually stopped believing. What's the point, man? What's the point of blocking, man? 2 checks, 11K.
I'm gonna have to blast.
The deck sucked. Fast forward to EX9 versus Monsters. The deck has gotten so good that I had to make a new deck profile on it. And that brings us to this video. I hope you enjoyed the video. The timestamps are shown on the screen if you want to fast forward to the combos and the tips and tricks. And for the gameplay part of the video, it will be fully released at a later date, so please like and subscribe to stay tuned for those videos. Alright, let's start the deck profile. Right here I have the BT5 Koromon. This is a red deck. You want to be very aggressive, so whenever you attack, you draw a card, and when drawing a card, it helps you find the level 5s and level 6 to end the games as fast as possible, going for those OTK combos. Moving on to level 3s, BT12 Agumon, the best searcher of your deck. If you don't have a tie in hand, definitely want this. Grabs you a Greymon or Omnimon, and one tamer, that's Tai Kamiya. Next, we have BT5 Agumon, grabbing you a Greymon and also a Omnimon, potentially grabbing you 2 things. Next, for our final searches, we have Agumon X Antibody from BT9. On play when Digivolve, reveal top 3, grabs you a Greymon or Omnimon, and it also grabs you the X Antibody option card. Very essential for the OTK combo. Alright, next up is the BT14 Agumon. This is the main Agumon that you're going to use for OTK combos. So what it does is start a main. If you have Tai Kamiya on the field, this may Digivolve into a level 4 for free. Ideally, you want to evolve this one from the back, not hard slamming because you don't get any benefits from it, but I'll touch up upon that when I talk about the combo section. Next, it's the ST1 Greymon. So just +1 security, very simple, but very essential to the OTK combo. Next is the BT12 Greymon. This Greymon, if you don't have a tamer with Tai, if you evolve from it, just play Tai for free. You just need only 2 copies of this Greymon. I would not recommend any more. The purpose is only to just play a Tai, and that's it. Alright, next is Greymon X Antibody, BT9. This is just for protection. All turns, if it's going to be removed by an effect, whether it's deletion, return to hand, or return to the deck, you can trash 2 levels that are the same thing to give it protection. So you really want to find these to protect your stack from being deleted, returned. You can kind of call this the god card of your deck. You can only play 1 copy since it's so strong. It has the exact same effect as the Greymon X Antibody that I showed you earlier, but instead of trashing 2 of the same level, you'll trash the X Antibody option card. When it's your turn, when this would evolve into a Metal Greymon, for each color it has, reduce the cost by 1. So for this particular deck, it will cost 1 to evolve into a level 5. Really good. Insane for your OTK. If you have this in your hand, then you're probably gonna win the game. Next is finally the new EX9 Metal Greymon. Such a good card. On play when Digivolve, by placing a Digimon from your graveyard under as a upside down evolution under Metal Greymon, delete up to 7k of your opponent's Digimon. So it can be multiple targets as long as it adds up to 7k. In addition, you can hard slam this thing for the reduced cost of 2, so for 5 costs, by trashing another cyborg, which is all of your level 5s and a few of your level 6s. This card is so good for getting rid of potential aces. So 7k, well, that's around level 5s. So if you are afraid the enemy's gonna ace, just evolve into Metal Greymon, delete their level 5, no more ace. The thing about this card, why it's so good, that the other Metal Greymons previously, they were susceptible to being ace. Having raid was nice for this particular Greymon, but potentially the enemy could ace the Metal Greymon. Gameplay later on, they stunned my level 4 Greymon, and let's say I evolved into this Greymon, well, on my turn, he'll still be suspended. Since they stunned my Metal Greymon, I can't raid, I can't get rid of their board, but in the gameplay that I'll show later, I was able to evolve to Metal Greymon, the EX9 one, suspended, and while still deleting their threat. Even if I pass turn, if I evolve into this, I'll still get rid of their level 5. And then this Greymon just had blocker. You know how I feel about blocker.
What's the point, man? What's the Put him blocking, man.
Alright, next is 3 copies of the Metal Greymon X Antibody BT9. Very simple, every OTK Greymon fan knows about this card. +1 security until the end of the enemy's turn, and if I have Greymon, Metal Greymon, or X Antibody, I get 3k until the end of the enemy's turn. You just want to have a bunch of DP until the enemy's turn, so if they try to raid into you, try to hit into your level 6, you got extra 3k DP to stop them from doing that. Alright, next is the last level 5 of the deck. I want to talk about Metal Greymon Atreus mode. It's a promo P72, so this is also protection for the inherited. When this would be deleted by an effect, return to hand or deck, you can trash 2 of the same levels to prevent it from leaving. This is just in case you don't find your Greymon X Antibody while you're level 5. You can just have this instead. And then on Digiball, while you have a tamer, you just delete a 5k DP. Next up, 1 copy of Wargreymon. Nah, just kidding, 4 copies, man. It's a Wargreymon deck. So it'll cost 4 no matter what. On evolving, it'll get raid for the turn, and then it may attack. So if you pass turn, it'll still swing. And then when attacking, only if you have a tamer, this will gain +1 security and it'll also gain piercing. So make sure you have a tamer on the field, ideally before you play this card. The really cool thing about this card is if there's a tie and an Agumon on the field, if there's an enemy with 10k, you can warp into a Wargreymon for the cost of 4. This is a clear reference from the show where the Agumon's able to warp into a Wargreymon. For our last level 6, I want to talk about the new EX9 Blitz Greymon Ace. This card and this card is what really saved the deck. The new EX9 set really made the deck so much stronger. So let's get into what it does. On Play Win Digiball, Digiball 3. So potentially, if they have a level 6, potentially they're gonna go all the way back to a level 3 Digimon. And then this part, at the end of your turn, 2 of your Digimons may DNA into an Alter S from hand. Ignore that part, you're not gonna do that in this deck. But you want to read this part, then 1 of your Digimons may attack. If you pass the turn, no worries, at the end of the turn, it'll still attack. The thing about the BT9 Greymon X Antibody, it had protection, right? For the inheritable, but it only had protection from effects. So if the enemy had a Digimon that would raid, or maybe I'm suspended and swing into this, well, I'd be defenseless. But with the new Greymon line, especially with the Blitz Greymon Ace, they try to swing into this, I can ace, Digiball 3, and then if they're not swinging towards me, then I can just block it. So now I'm protected from both effects, also from swings from the enemy. I want to talk about the only level 7s of the deck, Omnimon X Antibody. Very OP card. Has raid, piercing, blocker, and then on play when Digiball, if there's Omnimon under its trait or the X Antibody option card, it will choose 1 of both players' Digimon, and then delete every other Digimon except for those 2 chosen Digimon. Then after that, return 1 of your opponent's Digimon to the bottom of the deck. So yeah, it's a board wipe. And then at the end of your turn, 1 of your Digimons may gain Rush, and then that Digimon may attack without suspending. Let's say Omnimon X Antibody, it will still swing at the end of turn even though it's suspended. Since we're running the Omnimon X Antibody, we have to run the X Antibody option card. So what it does, you would insert it into 1 of your Digimons, and then you would let it swing, and then while it's swinging, you can evolve into an X Antibody mid-swing. This is essential because the Omnimon will only board wipe as long as there's an X Antibody, and we don't run any other Omnimon, so you need this to trigger the board wipe. Next up, this is the main tamer that you want to see for your deck. It's the BT1 Tai Kamiya. It's a memory setter, and all your red Digimons with 4 or more evolutions gain +1 security. Very simple when it comes to wanting to have enough memory to OTK the enemy, or to get that extra +1 security that you just needed to get that OTK off. Next up is the Cool Boy. It just searches for X Antibody, the option card, and also a Digimon with the X Antibody trait. And whenever you evolve into the same level with X Antibody, you just gain a memory and draw a card. For our last few option cards, we're gonna run 2 copies of Offensive Training. For 2 costs, you get a search top 2 and add any red card that you want. And then you can reduce delay. You can reduce the cost by 2 when you want to evolve. Another card that you want to use to search and also to turbo faster into your level 5, 6, or 7 is Red Memory Boost. Search top 4, add a red Digimon, and then it also delay, gain 2 memory. Very nice card to just suddenly OTK. And then the last one is the Red Scramble. So for 2 costs, reduce the cost by 3, so you're just paying for 1. You can evolve into a red Digimon. And then for the start of your main, for the delay, you can return a red card if the enemy has a Digimon from your graveyard back to your hand in the later stages of the game in case Omnimon leaves the battlefield or is deleted. You know, we only do run one copy of it, so if it's deleted, you can just bring it back to your hand with the red Scrabble from the delay effect. Oh mother! Welcome to the combo and tips and tricks section. So a lot of the times at the beginning of the match, you won't actually have all the components you need to OTK the opponent. Maybe you don't have a tie, and let's say you evolved the BT12 Greymon, and you have the BT9 X antibody, and let's say you have an Agumon for fun, and they pass the turn to you for 1 mana. No tie, you could go for 2 security, but you don't have enough memory, and the enemy is building up a big board. So a lot of the times, you're gonna actually have to push out your Greymon out of the breeding zone, even though you can't go for a 5 security check, and just evolve into a Metal Greymon, tuck in a Digimon from the graveyard under evolution, face down, and then you can delete up to 7k, pass the turn. And this stack is relatively safe because it has protection from deletion effects and bottom deck or return to hand from the Greymon X antibody by trashing 2 things, and the enemy will have to do another effect to delete this stack again. They probably will not swing with the Metal Greymon on the field because they are afraid for a potential ace from the Blitz Greymon. So just the fear of having the ace is enough to prevent players from swinging. So even if you don't have this in hand, the enemy will still be scared. Another thing you can do with the EX9 Metal Greymon, let's say your stack died for some reason. If you really want to pressure the enemy, let's say you have 3 memory, but your stack just died, what you can do is you can hard slam a Metal Greymon, reduce the cost by 2 by trashing one of your cyborgs, so that is all your level 5s and your Blitz Greymons. You trash one of your cyborgs, put any Digimon from the graveyard as a face down card, delete up to 7k of their board. Now, again, you can pressure an ace. The thing is, I'd only recommend you do this if you're confident that the enemy can't destroy this Metal Greymon through an effect. So let's say you did the play. You have the Tamer tie and you have the Metal Greymon that you hard slammed to delete 7k, and let's say the enemy did not swing because they're afraid for a ace. A really cool thing you can do, let's say you have a rookie, you can hard slam the rookie, doesn't matter what it does, as long as you don't pass the turn. You can put the X antibody under. This combo requires the Blitz Greymon. Evolve into the Blitz, de-evolve 3 times, and then at the end of the turn, this Digimon may swing, and it has alliance, so you'll tap the Agumon, you'll gain +2 DP, and gain +1 security. Trigger the X antibody, so when attacking, you can evolve into a X antibody for the cost. Give them 9, which is okay since the game's gonna end. And then on play when Digivolve, if there's X antibody under its evolution, choose 1 Digimon from both opponents, and then every other Digimon will be destroyed. The Agumon will sadly have to go. And then bottom deck one of your enemy's Digimon. It'll still gain the +1 security from the Agumon. It will swing 2 security from Inherited, 1 from Tai, and then 1 from Agumon, and then 1 normal from Omnimon, doing 5 checks. And then at the end of the turn, one of your Digimons may swing without suspending, and Omnimon will end the game. I'm going to be showing you a standard 5 security combo. This combo is not necessarily good, but I just want to show you how easy it is to get 5 security stacks on your enemy. You just need these 3 cards to do the 5 security checks on your opponent. You need a tie, you need the BT14 sitting in the back, and then when it passes back to your turn, so good thing you have the memory setter, you'll have 3 memory, which is exactly the memory you need. Push out the Agumon, and then start a main. If you have a tie on the field, you may evolve into a Greymon for free. We'll go into a Greymon, and then let's say they have a level 5 and you're afraid they're gonna ace when you swing. So what you can do is you can evolve into a Metal Greymon, so it costs 3, and then by placing a Digimon from the graveyard under its evolution, face down, you'll delete up to 7k, which are usually level 5, so no more potential ace to happen for a level 5 to a level 6, and then you can just go into a Wargreymon. You'll pass the turn, but on Digivolve, this Digimon gains raid and then may attack. When attacking, if you have a Tamer, you'll get +1 security and piercing. So you'll swing, 2 security checks from the Inherited, 1 from Tai, and Wargreymon will do 2, and that is 5 security checks. The thing about this combo is it does not have protection from effects, and also it's only at 14k. So if you're afraid that the enemy has a level 7 sitting in the security, potentially this stack can die. If you're confident and you want to take a risk with a 14k, then this swing would be good. So let's say you are afraid that you will hit a level 7 in the security. So what you can do instead is, instead of evolving into the ST1 Greymon, you would evolve into the BT12 Greymon, which gives 1k all turns. And then you'd also have to wait until you have a Metal Greymon X antibody, and that will give you 3k until the end of your turn, and plus 1 security. So even though you're losing a security from not evolving to this Greymon, you'll just have it right here from the Metal Greymon. That is still 5 checks, and your Wargreymon will be at 17k, which is perfect because most level 7s go between 14k to 16k. So you're gonna be swinging safely over any level 7s. Alright, so let's do the same scenario. Let's say you already did delete a 7k, but the enemy still has maybe another level 5, or they have a level 6 and you're afraid that level 6 will evolve into a level 7 ace. So instead of evolving to the Wargreymon, you would evolve into the Blitz Greymon instead, evolve into it, and then on play when Digivolve, de-Digivolve 3, so no longer can they ace into a level 7, and then they'll go all the way potentially back to level 3. At the end of the turn, it'll still swing. Unless you have another Digimon with it, you can alliance, and then now you'll have the 5 security check, plus whatever DP it has. For the next combo, I'm going to be showing you the absolutely best deck you can ever get. Again, you're going to need the BT14 Agumon, you're going to need Tie, so you push out the Agumon, start a main, go into a Greymon. Let's say you'll have the SC1 Greymon, and then you'll go into the Greymon X antibody. You'll go into level 5, deleting a 7k by placing a Digimon under it, under its evolution, face down, and then you'll go into a Atreus mode for free. On Digivolve, if you have a Tamer, you'll delete a 5k. It's inherited is also the protection. When it's about to be deleted, return to deck or hand. You can trash to the same level from your evolution to prevent it from leaving. You can evolve into a Metal Greymon X antibody. So usually this can only evolve off a Metal Greymon, not a Metal Greymon Atreus mode. This card specifically says this is also treated as Metal Greymon. You get plus 1 security and 3k until the end of your turn if there's a Metal Greymon under it. And then you can insert the X antibody option card. You can go into one of these two. So let's say Blitz Greymon, de-Digivolve 3 times, and then at the end of the turn, he will swing. And then you'll trigger the X antibody when attacking. You may evolve into X antibody for its cost mid-swing. So you'll go into Omnimon X antibody, and it'll cost 6. And then on play when Digivolve, if both players choose one Digimon, and then delete every Digimon except for those 2 Digimons. And then after that, I may bottom deck one of the enemy's Digimon, so basically clearing out the board, and then it'll swing for a total of 6 checks at the end of the turn. The Omnimon will swing once more for the game. Let's say the enemy only has 3 security left, and you have a tie, and you have any Agumon on the field. As long as it's not a Agumon X antibody, since that's unable to warp into this Greymon. It has to be Agumon specifically. It'll be at 3 from the memory setter. You want to insert the X antibody. You're gonna want to warp into the Wargreymon. It'll go to 1 on Digivolve, it'll gain raid, and then this Digimon may attack. While swinging, due to the X antibody, you can evolve into X antibody from your hand, so you'll evolve into the Omnimon. And then when you'll trigger on Digivolve, if there's X antibody, delete everything but those 2 Digimons, and then I get to bottom deck one of their Digimons, it'll do the swing, 1 check, Wargreymon when attacking, gain plus 1 security, 1 from tie, since there's 4, and then 1 regular from Omnimon, so it'll do 3 checks, and then at the end of the turn, the Omnimon will swing once more, ending the game. That's the end of the combos and tips and tricks section. I hope you enjoyed. On to the gameplay.
Yeah, should I just keep choking you?
Stop choking me.
I think I will just keep choking you. I'm going to swing with Volcanic Dramon.
Yeah, that's why you're evil. That's why you're the evil one in the group.
Jamming 1 check.
Doesn't matter. Okay.
Alright.
I'm gonna kill you.
I'm going to then...
Get ready, Ben.
I'm going to then hard play a...
You better win the game right now.
Alright.
Oh, you're changing your play now?
I'm going to hard play Firemon for 4.
Alright, that guy's dead. Alright, he's gonna whoop your ass. You ready? Oh, okay, ready? Push him out. Red memory boost. Start game 2. Metal Greymon for 3. And then I'll play one Digivolve. I can insert a Digimon face down. And then I can delete up to 7k. 7k.
Okay.
And then inheritable all turns. I can trash the same level to prevent it from only from effects. So bottom deck, return to hand, deletion. I'm gonna go to Atreus mode.
Oh fuck!
Does nothing.
Swing, bro.
And then
swing,
the
swing.
heritable is the same thing. I could trash.
Yeah.
Something as this guy.
Swing, bro. Swing.
You think I'm gonna swing with a level 5? No. I said I'm gonna whoop your ass, man. So, this is Metal Greymon, right?
Yeah.
You can only evolve to Metal Greymon, like specifically the name.
Alright.
But since this card specifically is treated as a Metal Greymon, not a Metal Greymon.
Okay.
So for 0, boom, you see this fat stack? Alright, man. That's pretty cool. That guy's pretty cool. But he's gonna have to go. I'm gonna go into Blitz Greymon Ace. You know what he does.
Oh.
Digimon 3.
Oh my
1, 2,
god.
3. Don't worry, he's alive. And then one of your Digimons may attack. When attacking, draw a card from
Alright.
Goremon. He's 17k. 4 checks.
Alright, first check.
I won't even look.
Draw memory boost.
I'm not even looking.
Okay, second check. Emperor Greymon. Third check. Oh my god.
I'm not surprised.
Fourth check. Okay.
Pop red memory boost. Gain 2 memory.
He's still going. Yo, that security was stacked.
You already know what's gonna happen?
No, just calm down.
Do you know what this means?
Just calm down.
Oh, with the X antibody.
calm down.
And that's it. That's all I'm gonna do.
Okay.
But then,
Go. But calm down.
let's see. Do I want to win Blitz Greymon or Wargreymon? Yo, Wargreymon's my boy. So I'm gonna go to Wargreymon.
Oh, okay.
Pass the turn to you. At the end of the turn, so
Oh,
on Digimon, gain raid,
okay.
and then I may attack. If I'm tied,
How strong is he?
it's okay. You know what's gonna happen.
How strong is he?
Don't ace. You can't ace.
How
I'm
strong
gonna
is he?
swing, and then when I swing, because of
Oh.
X antibody,
Hate this guy, man.
when I attack, I can evolve into an X antibody. So
Okay.
you extra 6, so you're 8. And then, while I'm playing with Digimon, if I have X antibody, choose one for both players. So this guy, he's safe. Delete everything but this.
Okay.
And then bottom deck is.
What was the cost again?
What do you mean?
What was the cost? Per bomb deck, no matter what?
Yeah, for.
Oh.
There's no. Oh, no. For bottom deck.
That's crazy, that's crazy.
Alright, let's see the checks. Yeah, 5. It's 5.
Oh, I'm dead.
Oh my god.
Alright, let's see if I'm here. Alright, let's go here. Oh, wait, no. It does something. It won't matter, but I'll do it anyways. Yeah, I'll go take Ace.
Oh, I'm lucky, man. And then, at the end of the turn,
Oh, my Ace. Broken ass card.
I may gain rush, and then one of my guys can attack without suspending.
Yo, broken ass card.
Yo,
I'm gonna evolve him into Groundramon. I will suspend
that's so bad.
I'll suspend one Digimon or Tamer. They cannot unsuspend until the next turn.
I'm gonna evolve Greymon X antibody. And then when this Digimon would be evolved into, I may reduce the cost by 1 for each color it will evolve into. So for the cost of 1, Metal Greymon. And then on play when Digivolve, by placing 1 card from my graveyard as this bottom evolution as face down, delete up to 5k. And for each bottom evolution of face down, increase it by 2k. So I can delete a 7k worth of my opponent's Digimon. 7k. Wow!
That's pretty good.
While suspended. I'm gonna Digivolve for free. Greymon, Atreus mode. When Digivolving, if I have a Tamer, delete up to 5k. Delete that. I'm gonna put X antibody under him. This effect is active all turns. If this guy would be returned to hand, deck, or deleted, I can trash X antibody, the option card, to prevent it from bleeding. And then X antibody, whenever I swing, I can evolve into an X antibody for the evolution cost. The name of this card is also treated as Metal Greymon. So that means this can evolve into Metal Greymon X antibody for free. I could evolve into Wargreymon, but I need to show off the new card.
Okay.
Blitz Greymon! I will swing with Blitz Greymon. It has Alliance, so I'll tap Agumon. So it's +1 security from Agumon and +1k. I'll draw from Koromon. It is 16k. When attacking, this may Digivolve into X antibody. Go into Omnimon. If this has Omnimon or X antibody under its field, choose both players, delete all Digimon, and then bottom deck that Digimon. Overflow 5 or GG's. 1 security, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 security checks. Yep, get that.
Okay.
I'll end my turn, and then at the end of the turn, one of your Digimons may gain rush for the turn and attack without suspending. This will attack without suspending.
Hello? This is Andy. Top deck tamers, more like top deck scammers. I can, with this card, leaves the battlefield. You play one Digimon with the Machine Dragon or Sky Dragon from my hand without paying the cost. Or play a Slayer Dragon. Sky Dragon. Hi, my name is Andy, and I'll be running
A Seizure Mon.
with a memory setter, so my set to
I got scammed.
you can evolve. You can Digivolve. Make this game. Oh no, you can't evolve. I'm scamming you. They've been holding back my wins. They've only been posting my losses. I'll swing for game.
I'm not posting this man.
What? No more lies. I'm not gonna humiliate myself anymore. I bet you only see my Galaxy Dragons deck as an easy way to get a win. Galaxy Dragons deck.
Alright, a very good deck, as you see from the channel. You know, no matter how much we record, your deck's never gonna win, man.
What are you talking about?
Right, it's on his phone, man. He's already moved on. Save the game's done. Andy, man. You know, you'll get your first win on the channel one day, man.
Bro! Next time, win or lose, you'll all see the truth. I'm gonna challenge all the top deck tamers to a duel. Eric, Ryan, Garrett, I'm coming for you, you filthy mongrels! So stay tuned and remember to like and subscribe. See you soon. Easy way to get a win.
Yo, I think they heard me and you going.